We hope you have a great Thanksgiving. And while
Absolutely.
you're with family and friends, enjoy this new episode of the Bruin Shavers SEC Sports Podcast. 2 episodes coming out this week, Thanksgiving week. They should be available right now because you're listening to them. If you will,
That's right.
introduce your friends and family. Say, we found a couple of guys. They're kind of strange, but hey, they like SEC football like we do. Give them a listen. Give them a watch, and hit that subscribe button if you will. That means a lot to us. Let's go ahead and make some picks, Darren, because the more I think about Thanksgiving, the hungrier I get thinking about the food that is involved every year.
Ready for some turkey. I'm already counting it down.
You won't have much time for your turkey to digest before
No.
the heated Egg Bowl takes center stage, 11 a.m. Friday, ABC. The 6th-ranked Ole Miss Rebels, 10-1, eyeing the playoffs. Their coach's future in flux. Go to Starkville against their rivals, the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Jeff Lebby's second year, still trying to turn that program around. Darren, who do you like in this one?
Sorry, Rebel fans. It's going to be a victory. And I hope you really enjoy Lane Kiffin's last game. Sorry. I don't think this Jeff Levy offense has been really impressive this year. But you look at, this Ole Miss defense, man, they 20 points a game. I don't think this Mississippi State offense can put 31 on this team. They will definitely underperform what their average is going into this game, and that just opens the door for Ole Miss to open the gap because this is a situation where their offense most likely will overperform. So that's not a good recipe. This is an Ole Miss win.
I agree, Darren. Enjoy it, Ole Miss fans. Hotty toddy, big win.
Yep.
You've had a great run with Lane Kiffin. Darren, I wouldn't be sad if he stayed in Oxford. I
No,
can
I agree
respect
with
that
that.
decision. I don't think he's going to.
Absolutely.
I think, though, they're going to win the Egg Bowl.
Yep.
Moving on to a 2:30 p.m. game on Friday. The Georgia Bulldogs, ranked 4th in the country at 10-1. Another playoff team faces Georgia Tech, 23rd ranked, coming off of a loss last week, sitting at 9-2. Darren, who wins?
The rambling wreck from Georgia Tech is tough. They're gritty, at least for the ACC, and they have not played anything like they're about to face with Georgia. I think it'll be a fun game to watch. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but it's going to be a Georgia win. And this Georgia team, we've talked about it for the last 2 weeks. To watch them turn the corner and ramp it up even more is insane, but it's absolutely true. And this is going to be a Georgia win.
Yeah, I've got the Bulldogs here. Big win for Georgia. 6:30 p.m. Friday night, SEC ESPN Network, the 3rd-ranked Texas A&M Aggies face maybe their biggest challenge of the year, going down to Austin against the rival Texas Longhorns, ranked at 16th, coming off of a big win against Arkansas last week.
Yep.
Arch Manning going to be enough to beat the Aggies?
Well, he did catch a touchdown pass, so no. I will say this. I don't think it's going to be because Arch Manning underperforms. I do think I don't know what do thinks means. I do think one of the things that will come out of this game is a little bit of a surprise. As good as both of these teams' offense has been at times, I think it's going to look a little bit like an offensive struggle or a defensive struggle. I think these two defenses are really going to show up and shine in this moment. But ultimately, I think A&M wins out. They were my sure thing pick for the week. I think this is an A&M win.
I agree with you. Aggies go down to Austin and leave with a victory.
Nice.
Moving over to Saturday, 11 a.m. on the ACC network. I don't know if I've ever watched that channel.
No, but you've got this game and you've got Florida State. So I guess they had to divvy them up. One was on ACC, one was on SEC. So
the Kentucky Wildcats at 5-6, trying to become bowl eligible, drive about, was it 88 miles to Louisville to
Yep,
face
I
the
think that's
Louisville
right.
Cardinals. 7-4, coming off of some disappointing losses recently. Darren, who
Yeah.
wins?
I think I'm just going to go with the homer pick on this one. I think the Stoops wants to keep his job. Bowl will do exactly that. I think this is a Kentucky win. I know they didn't have the best week last week against Vanderbilt, but I think they can look like they did coming into the Vanderbilt game against this Louisville team. I think this is a Kentucky win.
Yeah, I'm going to have to join you with that. My mama's family is from Kentucky, and they're all Kentucky fans. That side of the family would disown me if I
Yeah,
picked
you
Louisville.
can't.
So I've got to go. I've
Yeah,
got to go with the Wildcats.
good call. Good call. You cannot pick Louisville in that
It's just
situation.
a simple matter of survival. And
Yeah, exactly.
another
Exactly.
Saturday 11 a.m. game on the SEC network. The battle for South Carolina. Clemson
Yeah.
bowl eligible at 6-5, getting it together against the 4-7 South Carolina Gamecocks. South Carolina gonna work some magic this year. Who wins?
This is their Super Bowl. And we have seen an improved. Hmm. We've seen an improved Lenore Sellers. I don't say that to put that on Lenore Sellers. I think we've seen an offense that he can function better within. And I think we're seeing the results of that. I don't think this Clemson defense can do anything with a more settled, more comfortable Lenore Sellers. I think this is a South Carolina win.
Yeah, this is South Carolina's playoff game.
Exactly.
They're not
Exactly.
going to a bowl game. They win this
Mhm.
game, and they can say, regardless of what happened this season, we beat Clemson.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
A 2:30 p.m. game at the Palace on the Prairie. The LSU Tigers are coming to Norman to face the 8th ranked Oklahoma Sooners, the number one defense in the SEC, against probably the
Yep.
worst LSU offense we've seen in maybe 50 years, as one sports writer put
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Darren, who you like in this one?
I tell you, I, I've never been a bigger LSU Tiger fan than I'm probably. Sorry, Oklahoma fans. Sorry, Zach. Uh, Probably never been a bigger Tiger fan because this would really help the whole playoff thing if Vanderbilt takes care of business. But that being said, I just that watching that Western Kentucky game and how the offense performed was so difficult. And when you take that kind of performance and put it up against this defense, I mean, there is the possibility sneak in a field goal, return a punt for a touchdown, pick six. 17 points could possibly win the game, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think this is going to be an Oklahoma win.
Yeah, LSU has a solid defense. Oklahoma has
Absolutely.
the best defense in the SEC.
Yep.
Oklahoma
Definitely.
also can generate some points. It maybe not be the
Yep.
production that they want it to be at that level. I'm not very confident in LSU generating points on the offensive side of the ball after
Agree.
watching that abysmal performance against Western
Yep.
Kentucky. I think Oklahoma wins this. I don't know if it's
Yep.
going to be close, but I think the Sooners win this and they head on to the playoffs. A 2:30 p.m. game. Golly, that was painful. Can I just have a moment?
Yeah,
I need a
absolutely.
I
Take a
need a
moment,
mental
take a
health moment
breath.
here. I need to collect
Yeah,
myself.
absolutely.
I just started talking in a lisp. That's how brokenhearted I am right now.
Completely threw you off.
All right, I'm ready. I got it together.
All right.
2:30
There you go.
p.m.
There you go.
game. The Vanderbilt Commodores, ranked 12th, are going to Knoxville to face the 18th ranked Tennessee Volunteers, the school you grew up despising.
Yes. That's true.
Do your Commodores go in and take care of business?
I gotta believe they do. This is a scary game to me because this is a great. I mean, you talking about having extra motivation to be in a position where you can be the spoiler, where you can, as Tennessee, you can be the team that closes the book on the fairy tale season that this Vanderbilt team is having. You can be the one that at the end of the season, when it counted the most, shut down Diego Pavia. You know all of that is motivation. So this game absolutely terrifies me, but I gotta believe in Diego Pavia and this Vanderbilt
Mm.
team. I think they can do it. I think this is a Vanderbilt win.
Darren, my friend, I've got folks that love Tennessee.
That's true.
I'm tempted to go with the Volunteers because they're good folks, right?
Very true.
But I
Even
don't do a podcast with those folks. I do a podcast with you.
that's, that's
And
right.
so, my friend, I'm jumping on the Commodore train.
Nice.
Let's go
Well,
Vanderbilt.
let's hope we jump on the Commodore four wheeler and it doesn't flip. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm hoping most.
Nice. Another 2:30 p.m. game on the SEC network, the Missouri Tigers. Eli Drinkwich's name has been mentioned in several head coaching opportunities. Traveled to Fayetteville to face the 2-9 Arkansas Razorbacks that they're scoring points. They just can't stop anybody else from scoring points. Darren, who
Yeah.
wins this one?
Quick side note: would not surprise me at all if that's who ends up in Gainesville. If Eli Drinkwitz ends up in
Mm,
Gainesville, would not surprise me at all. Just throwing it out there. That being said, part of what will give him momentum in getting the job in Gainesville is just how bad they're going to beat this Arkansas team. I don't think this is going to go well. I think for whatever reason, whether it's the difficulty, the strain of the season, Taylor Green's focus has seemed to kind of waver a little bit. He's making some poor decisions. You can see in that minus 12 turnover margin that they are really, really enjoying handing the ball to the other team. That's a horrible recipe against this Missouri team, and I think it's going to be a definitive Missouri win. Bobby Petrino will ride off into the sunset, but will not be in a victorious manner. It will just be a quick dart out of town.
yeah. Yeah, I've got Missouri winning this. 3:30 p.m. game on ESPN2. The 5-6 Florida State Seminoles travel to Gainesville to face the 3-8 Florida Gators. That's something I never thought I would say with these two teams, those records.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Who you
absolutely.
like in this one?
I'm struggling with this one because obviously my gut is SEC team is going to prevail. That being said, just like we talked about with Taylor Green, DJ Lagway is struggling, and the games where he hasn't struggled are the exception. This Florida State team, you look at their season, they are just a couple of plays from sitting here at a 7-4 instead of a 5-6. They've had some things bounce against them. They are they're the only one in this game playing for something, bowl eligibility. And, Mike Norvell is fighting for his life. We talked about before recording. Don't think he's going anywhere because who are you going to go get? So I think he'll still be there, but he's fighting for his life. And unfortunately, just for the sake of picking the right team, I think I'm going to go with Florida State on this one. I think they can pull this one off even though it's in Gainesville. That gives me a little bit of pause, but I think Florida State can win this game.
I'm going to go with Florida in this. I can't argue with the points that you made. Florida State's playing for a bowl game.
Yep.
Florida isn't. They're eliminated. However, these players know that whoever their future coach is going to be is going to watch some of this film, and
Great
so
point.
you're thinking of who's coming in. Do I want to stay at Florida, and how can I get the attention of whoever might be coming in? Where he says, "Okay, that's definitely a guy that we want to keep." So I've got
Great
the
point.
Gators. And then the Iron Bowl, 6:30 p.m. on ABC. The 10th ranked Crimson Tide traveled down to Auburn to face the 5-6 Auburn Tigers. Woo!
Yeah.
easy there, Alabama fans. I know you're 9-2. It's all right. You're not going to like me after this anyway. So, Aaron, who do you like in this?
Auburn, I just talked about Florida State playing for their life, playing for bowl eligibility. And the same thing applies in this game. But on the other side of that coin is Alabama and not Florida. So I think that makes a big, big difference. I think we see Alabama refocus. They are also playing for their lives. They cannot afford a loss. A third loss, they're done. They're going to a bowl game with no playoffs, and I think they'll rise to that occasion. I think this is a difficult challenge, but a challenge they'll meet. I think Alabama wins this game.
I'm going to say Auburn pulls off the upset. However,
Nice.
to add to that, I want to see how Kalen DeBoer, Ty Simpson, and the rest of this football team, Alabama football team, how they handle the immense amount of pressure.
Yeah.
It's playoffs or bust in this game.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
hey, I wouldn't be surprised if they go into Auburn and find a way to win. And I'll be the first one to admit, boy, I was wrong with that pick. DeBoer, he's going to be all right.
Yeah.
But this game is crazy. It has a crazy history. And
Absolutely.
Auburn, after such a disappointing season, losing their head coach, not sure who's going to come in there, they've got a chance not only to become bowl eligible, they've got a chance to just destroy the hopes of their
Yeah.
biggest rival. So they have
Yep.
no pressure at all in this game.
Great point.
It's going to be fun.
Yep.
Hit that subscribe button if you will. Thank you. I'm asking. I'm not telling you to do anything because most likely you're a grown adult and I can't make you do anything. But I would really appreciate it if you would hit that subscribe
Love
button
it.
before you
Yeah,
log off.
exactly.
Thanks for watching. Enjoy the games this week. We'll be back next week with a recap of everything and a look forward to the playoffs. Enjoy and take care.